The spectators are hyping up the public, and the benches are hugging each other, bracing for the start of the match, which is going to start with a whistle of the head ref.
And off we go. And the first quaffle is with India, and that's gotta be a score right away. No, the beat came just in time. Nice defense, a beat and a tackle. Yeah,
but
better be safe. Do the beat and do the tackle.
Indeed. And what a fast break by number 25, India. That was very impressive.
Yes. And I think in most situations, pace is more important than total strength. And I think India has a lot of pace.
Yeah. Team India it's playing a hoop defense with 3 chasers lined up on the 3 hoops. And the beaters kinda more aggressive despite being close to the keeper zone. Austria passing game is trying to study how to move this defense probably, and to move the beaters away to clear the shots for chasers.
Austria trying to come up with a plan, and now unfortunately Lawrence was unable to catch that ball. They seem to be struggling with the hoop defense early on.
Yeah,
but
it's
always tough if the hoop defense has both beaters armed. Then
Okay, now on the other hand we see Austria playing a 2-2 defense with the keeper on point. Ooh, that was a nice
long shot, but misfired, and no one there to retrieve the rebound. So no goals yet, but India's beaters are dominating bludger control for the first few seconds of the game. And while I comment on that, the crowd has gone wild. We now see Michael, the guy with the drums, without a shirt. I'm not sure if that's on camera, but that's true passion for the sport.
Indeed. We have seen quite a lot of passion from spectators, and it's very nice since we have pretty huge number for what you're used to of supporters and people who travel all over the world to just join us here in Tubize today. They were very happy to see such a participated event. In the meantime,
and the big European teams who fancy a chance here, like Germany and Belgium, of course, they also drew a lot of their spectators to be here. And we now see a drive by number 59 off the 12.
And they retrieve also bludger control in the same actions. Great job, Team Austria.
Nice assist for Franzi, and also a nice score.
But Team India with a killer shot by number 32.
While Austria was still cheering, they just pushed the fast break. Fast breaks are really a weapon for Team India. I've seen them performing a lot of fast breaks against Switzerland yesterday, and stopping them from doing it will be a key challenge, and you need to rely on your beaters to do that. You
Indeed.
really need beaters with a dodgeball in the middle to stop them from running those fast breaks, because for the chasers alone it will always be tough.
Yeah, especially with such a fast team as India. Either chaser decide to play more defensively and exploit their muscles. Or
high pressing now, but a missed beat, and that's the chance for Lauritz to do something out of it.
It was beat before, unfortunately.
Yeah, well.
And bludger control is still in Team India's hands, who's playing their beaters pretty high to support their offense at the moment and do some cherry picking to eliminate points. While Team Austria seems to be struggling in retrieving bludgers.
Yes, that's their main challenge in the moment, that they don't really know how to do that. But so far, at least, their 2-2 defense is holding up well enough to keep the score even. Yeah.
Still Team India with quaffle. And a nice fake. Oh, neat shot.
That was a goal for Team India, and in the meanwhile there was a lot of confusion in the beater play. The Austrian beater has claimed immunity after he had fired his last bludger, but Team India beaters thought that the immunity claim was illegal and still tried to beat him. And now I think the ref crew is trying to work it out. I can't tell you what the situation was here, if it was a legal immunity claim or not.
I don't know. I think they stopped the game because the headband of the keeper, Indian's keeper, was a bit too dark and might get confused with a black one.
In any case, Austria in the moment has 0 bludgers. They have now resetted one. But yeah, they need to find another way to get control of the bludgers in this game. In the meanwhile, the chaser lineup has subbed. We now see Matthias Reitinger and Richie Frazel. To the left-hand side is Alexa Schmidt, former player from Augsburg, who's now on the ball, and her first action was already good. So ball back to Richie, and they are carefully trying to find drive attempts. But that's a fast break, that's the problem. There goes the fast break for Team India. Long shot fired,
But
not
missed.
through.
In the meantime, I can see why beaters are struggling so much to retrieve the bludgers, because especially when in defense, both Indian beaters stays pretty close to their hoops. So it's a very compact defense with 3 chasers on the 3 hoops, and then the beaters very close to the hoops. So I understand why Austria is struggling. It's very difficult.
They close to the hoops first, but if they then beat one of the beaters, they also have the immediate push out to make pressure.
They're ready for pressing, of course.
So pretty clever tactics. Oh, nearly intercepted, but Martin Bayer, Austria's beater, is able to clean it up, and now Martin wins bludger control for Austria, and it might be another opportunity for a drive now. Now, in that case, I would be inclined to not risk bludger control in the first offense right after you got it for the first time, but they have different plans and are throwing all the bludgers. And now a big drive for Richie Fraser, and that's another goal.
I don't know if you looked at the contrast between Indian chasers and Austria chaser on the middle hoop, but that was like intense, like super pushing each other for trying to clear the shot, and that actually paid for Team Austria, which managed to score. So wow, that was impressive.
Right, and we gotta check the score. Is it 3-2 now? I think it's Austria 3 and
2-2.
It's 2-2. All right, and in
Now
the meanwhile,
3-2.
now it's 3-2 for India. So the game has gotten a lot more chaotic in a couple of seconds, because now we have an open fast break for Austria for the first time. Richie decided to do it on his own. Number 33 would have been an option here, but Richie, of course,
India now
guy, also can do it as a slam dunk.
India is now slowing down maybe a little bit to try to study better the defense.
I think we now see Anjit for the first time on pitch. At least I haven't noticed him earlier.
No, I think he's just subbed.
Trying to, get that bludger control back. That has helped India in the first couple of minutes for so good. You see a big tackle here by Richie, which wins the volleyball back for Austria. Clean contact coming from front. Another sub in the Austrian rotation, and we now see Matthias Renner, number 47, legendary.
Also a sub in the India chaser game, with number 6 subbing for number 4. Ready back again on the small hoop.
Number 4 is Manem, who has performed spectacularly so far in this tournament, so I'm really eager to see if she can again throw a couple of hoops here.
And maybe catching another snitch.
Maybe catching another snitch. So game is fast paced, and now Austria is running out to pressure the Quaffle game. Now Austria with bludger control. In the last couple of minutes, control have switched sides much more often than in the early minutes of the game.
Let's remind that we are just at the beginning of the game. It's more or less around 7 minutes of game time, and the score is 3-3, so perfectly even.
Now
but
a
it's
block,
still
but
India on
another
offense.
Shooting attempt.
Very nice
Brilliant
passing
pass.
behind the hoop.
Brilliant pass.
There might be a foul though in validating this goal if it was before the pass or the shot.
there's a lot of heated arguments in the beater game, and I'm not quite sure what happened there. To be fair, I didn't have it in my field of vision, but you at home on your couch, you of course can check the live stream and scroll back in time to see what all the fuss in the beater game is about.
We'll see what's going to happen, what's the ref calls, but let's remind that if by chance there was a card for, like, a foul committed by Team India, the goal might be invalidated if it's a yellow card. The goal is not good.
You were spot on. The goal is invalidated, but to be fair, from my position, I still couldn't hear the full referee call. Did you get it?
Yes, it was beat before, so continuously one of Indian player played after beat, so that was of course not a valid play. The quaffle stays dead in the pitch, in no one's possession.
Okay,
it was number 3 number 3 was now running back to the hoops. The beater, the beaten player.
I don't quite understand why it was not a volleyball turnover then, but never mind. Here we go, and another offense for Team India.
It wasn't
Austria.
A turnover because there wasn't a card issued. So I think it just gave the quaffle there.
So another attempt for India. Quite close at the hoops. Oh, but Austria beaters cleaned it up quick enough.
And
so the pass to the receiver was fine, but Austria's beater has anticipated that and just beaten out the receiver.
Now Austria has bludger control, which is very good for them, coming that we're approaching the half of the match, and so
we are in range.
Yep,
we are in range. It is 3-3, so very even match as we expected. And I think for both teams, this would now be a match where you don't want to risk too much. So priority number 1 is just be in range until snitch on pitch.
Ooh.
Oh, we see a last minute block. That was great. Matthias Renner was on his way to score a slam dunk here, but number 3 in the very last second managed to stop it. And I think it was no foul. Okay,
what another fast break!
But the beater is there, but missed the beat. All right, India's beater just had to retrieve the bludger from the commentator spot. We just had it right before our feet, and then she had to pick it up from here and try to stop that fast break, and came pretty close, but at the end missed the beat against Annemarie Stabel, who then managed to finish, and that's gonna be a 1-point lead for Austria, I believe. So momentum having changed a little bit, as it looked quite difficult for Austria first, but things are far from desperate for India. Momentum can switch anytime if they manage to win the upper hand in the beater game. Once again, they can also get a lead here. I'm pretty sure of that.
By the way, in the information we collected before these matches, Team India mentioned that Austria was looking for a revenge against them from the previous international competition. So I'm sure they were looking forward for this match, and they're giving us pretty good entertainment, I'd say. So
yes, I'm not sure if you're familiar with that song, if it's a thing in Italy as well, but it's one of the highlights of Austrian cultures. They just recited DJ Ötzi. Ever heard of that?
No, I've never heard of that.
Never heard of that. I guess you missed something big there.
Sorry about that. We also live kind of close, probably, so I should know that.
It's in German language, of course, but it has been a major disco hit back then in the early 90s. You know, that type of après-ski music that they would put. Yeah. Never mind, I got a little bit distracted. In the meanwhile, I'm not exactly sure what the referee crew is discussing here. I think it can't be the situation with the missed beat, because there's no point in discussing that forever. Either it was a beat or not, you just have to make the call.
We have a yellow card to white 22,
All right.
lifting the player off the ground.
All right.
Time is negated from the goal. They are then subbed off now, but they have a yellow card.
All right, so that must be Anchit, I think. In a beater contact, lifted off the player he tackled, and that's forbidden. You can't lift players and carry them around.
But penalty time is negated by the score.
Exactly, and he had already subbed off. So actually the yellow card won't have a ton of effect.
I understand why there was a little bit of confusion in sorting.
Right. As
Nice long pass.
You also need to find the player that you're supposed to card. And shooting opportunity for number 4, and here she goes.
What a nice passing games within Indian chasers. That was very great.
And we warned you that this girl can shoot. And once again, right through the middle. No trouble for her to hammer that in.
This whole action was opened by a little tiny corridor on the left side of the pitch by the Bludgers. So very great job, very coordinated action from Team India for this offense.
And also the chaser with the assist, like ran into contact, but he knew well before that he's gonna play the pass. And just done that well. And in the meanwhile, Austria was a classic diamond attack, the drive from the side, and then you can fake a little bit and score with a long arm. Well done, and we see a lot of emotions on the pitch. Also, like Austria now trying to make it loud and scream and be a bit intimidating. Great catch by number 52! Oh my God, that was a heartbeat by Martin Bayer, but she tucked it in between her knees and
it's still Indian
managed
offense
to
though.
catch the
What
blaster.
a nice shot!
Oh my God, that was a very hard beat out of 1 meter that she just casually catch. Oh Lord, great play. And
I was so fast. Lots of stuff happening at the same time.
Wow, I'm impressed, and that gives a lot of momentum for Team India if stuff like that happens. Just a catch in the beater game, and then directly after score, and then you're up for the upper hand. But Martin Bayer is also unimpressed, continuing his game and clearing the way for Lauritz to score another one. So we see quite a lot of successful attempts right now. Both offenses are also investing like the beaters. The beaters support the offense, throw their bludgers, and we see a lot of goals in the result. And that was maybe a passing attempt that found the way to become a score. And that
the defense retrieved the
opportunity.
Not a fast break. They're taking their time and they're doing good. But whoa, what a fast dash! Oh!
And that was the score. So that's the issue with the hoop defense. If you are alone at your hoop as a chaser and you have a player coming up who is really determined, there is plenty of ways to score in a one-on-one.
So
and
now
there's just no way how you could stop someone like Matthias Reitinger from shoving it through.
Indeed. So now the score is 7 for Austria, 6 for India, and game time is 13 minutes. So we are getting closer and closer to the flag.
It's pretty much all-out offensive game, I would call. No team seems to be trying to rely on the defense and just maintain control forever. So both teams try to seek the win in their own offense, try to score more goals than the opponent, which is entertaining for us.
Yes, and we saw pretty nice finalization of goals, nice passes, nice cuts.
Alexa
very
Schmidt
entertaining game.
looking for an opening. Nice pass to the right-hand side. Lexa again, and now we have one beater pressuring, but that might be the run for Lauritz, but great contact stopping the run, and now the beater is back.
But also Austrian beater is back to defend their keeper, so
which is important.
The action can restart.
Yes.
Austrian players are resetting their position as a diamond, I guess.
But I think they have not used up their Quaffle reset yet. So Lexa now playing from the right-hand side, luring one beater out. They are now man-marking Lauritz. Great run from Lexa, great pass as well to Matthias Reitinger. And then we have the pick in the middle, but now she needs a bit of help. But yeah, I don't want to make any ref calls, but that was obviously contact from behind if you ask me.
Yeah, but I think it might also been a play after beat, so yeah,
maybe it was a play after beat before, but the contact on Christine Berger was totally from behind, and it was totally in motion, and I hate that scene. Yeah, and I think it's always a bit unfortunate if that does not get called, because like in the rulebook there is just the opportunity for slower players to maintain control of the ball if you just run away from the threat, because then you can only be tackled from behind. But yeah, then it would be nice to get that called, because it is like a rule that's intended to make the game a bit more even if you're outmatched in a one-on-one situation.
Okay, but now let's get back to India offense, which goes
snacked away by Richie.
Back into Austrian possession. Bludger control is now again in India's hands.
And the two Indian beaters have just exchanged their bludgers. I don't know why, but maybe
they do it pretty often. I noticed.
Fancy the red one more? I don't know.
They do it pretty often, to be fair.
Maybe there is a color code to the different bludgers. Number 28 now making a lot of pressure on the chaser game, but managing to retain their control as well. Alright.
Austria is taking their time to study how to attack.
Yeah, they are now again running against the fully set Indian defense,
but
which they struggled.
Austria has no bludgers at the moment. Okay, no, one is there.
Valentin just saving his one bludger and then trying to help the beaters by shielding, which has worked out well for the moment. So they managed to retain the volleyball, but no immediate chance to get one of those bludgers. They now call ready go. So they just try to push away and distract the beaters enough, which has worked, but
Austria has retrieved bludger control, by the way, at the moment. So
and they still have the volleyball, but they just don't have a clean driving opportunity, because there's a ton of contact here, and here we go.
Very nice passing.
Finally. So India did very well in the defense to delay the drive very, very long and get into a lot of contact.
But two other Austrian players were ready at the hoops for a shot.
And so the pass was not possible anymore, but they at least retrieved the rebound. And yeah, there might have been a beat before. I can't tell that from my side.
Anyway, if this goal is called good, it's a very nice situation for Austria, which is now, if this is good, 2 points ahead, and also has retrieved bludger control in the same action. We'll see if this goal is called good. We're not sure about that yet, but the bludgers are in Austrian beaters' hands. So we'll see what's going to happen now as soon as the refs stop discussing.
I like the style of play that both teams are showing, though. Both, going for the offense. I think for Team India, it would be clever to try to focus more on their defense with bludger control, and then maybe not risk the bludger control in the offense, and just say, yeah, we're gonna do the fast breaks, we're gonna try the long shots, but we be a bit more cautious with the beaters on the offense, because every time that India has the bludger control in their defense, it's really nasty for Austria. So I think it would be clever for India, but I also like it the way they do, because it guarantees a very, very entertaining game.
Indeed. But I think that if how they played up to now and it worked, maybe changing tactics like in a quarterfinal, in a round of 16 might be hard for them probably. I don't know.
But if you have good shooters, and India has good shooters who can go for long shots, then you don't need to throw all that many bludgers in your own offense, maybe.
That's true.
That enables you to retain control for a very long time, and then it gets nasty to score against hoop defense teams.
In the
Or, yeah.
meantime, we see that Indian speaking captain is discussing with the referees, so I don't know what's about to happen. I think they're going to call no good, but the face the speaking captain is making and the gestures. So we'll wait for ref's confirmation, of course. But yeah, that seems like it. To be fair, I didn't see it. I was focusing on the passing game there and a very intense tackling on Austrian keeper. So I don't know about that. But
Yeah, we'll listen to the call.
Ball is no good.
No good.
He's playing on after beat. The ball remains where it is. The dodgeball.
What's the time? 16.
All right, I didn't hear all of it, but I think it was a play after beat, right?
yes, play after bit. No cards were issued, and I think we might have a bludger turnover for that. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, their turnover the bludger. Oh, tough luck for Team Austria, which managed to retrieve bludger control with such a struggle. The quaffle stays there. It's kind of close to Team India and also Team Austria chasers, but I think they will just reset. Yeah, indeed.
And this game determines who is going to the quarterfinal, and I think by now it's pretty clear that it will be contested. It will be all up to the flag catch. That might be the decision of this game here, so we will have a very exciting finish of that game. I'm sure of that. We now have a lot of scramble here.
That was
And
very unfortunate. A dismounted India player deflected a pass from their teammates. Oh, that was tough luck. But
it's really easy to say but difficult to implement, but you need to avoid the contact a little bit when you try to score, because Austria just has bigger players.
physical, yeah.
If
physical.
you are into the contact, it's getting difficult. You have to be a little bit more patient and try to find passes around.
16 minutes and 30 seconds.
We have 16 minutes and 30 seconds of game time, as just the pitch manager announced, and the score is still 6-7. We haven't seen a goal in a while. Like, that means that the game is very tight, defense are intense, and we have another game stoppages. I think for something happened on the bludger behind
Right.
India's hoops. But
see
I have the whole India's badge in front
I
of me.
see a
so.
different time in the Quadball live app, which got me a bit confused. But if the timetable is yelling out 16 minutes, I'm pretty sure that this will be official time. And I think right now chance would be for Austria to maybe get this out of range.
Not sure about that, because they're
Yeah.
very close, like 6-7.
6-7, yeah.
It's still open. We won't
open.
know until the flag runner is on pitch.
And I think if it's been like even for 16 minutes, it's unlikely that somehow out of nowhere one team gets a definitive advantage. So blocked long shot here.
By the way,
we
we
haven't-
haven't seen a goal in like 5 minutes of game time. That's like really a lot of time for quadball matches. So
Especially as it was a high scoring game before. And again, the Indian beaters have done the bludger swap. So I don't know. Maybe one of... It's confusing me.
yeah, no, I think.
Block shot here.
I think that this game will be like a chess match during the snitch on pitch phase, in which like the bludgers, the beaters are going to fight a lot and try to understand how to move, and every single step of beaters will count, because every misfiring of a bludger might mean in a catch for the other team. So I'm looking forward to the snitch phase, to be fair. Because now the quaffle is kinda, it's moving, the defense is very intense, but I'm looking forward to that.
Both teams will certainly focus all their beater game on the contested flag catch. That's just what you have to do. Shoot, shot attempt, but casually pick bound by number 3, and that's a fast break for India.
Not a great
and
idea
that
to
was
shoot with a
well
hook
played, well
defense.
played. They know how to do fast breaks, that's for sure.
Also because it's never one person alone that runs during the fast break. They always at least 2 supporters, which is the right way to do a fast break.
Right, exactly, because trying to step out Richie would have been not an easy task to do, and not quite a comfortable one, as it may end up in a tackle. So you need really and you just need that kind of alignment. You know which hoop the support will run to, and then it's an easy goal.
In the meantime, our flag runner is getting ready, and the seekers are getting ready too.
Unfortunate scene for Team Austria. Matthias Renner tried to reset the volleyball, but ended up hitting his own beater. So that's how India came into possession here, so a bit of bad luck here. We're now seeing the flag on pitch. Yeah, I'm also excited to watch how the quaffle game will develop when the flag is on pitch.
And without the bludger supports, I guess, because...
Right. You might think that this is helpful for Team Austria and their big guys, basically, but it could also be very helpful for the fast breaks of Team India.
Indeed. We will see how responsive are in defense the Austrian chasers, because that might be like very important to determine the ending of the match. But in the meantime, we have a very nice goal.
Nice goal. That was well played. Was the drive attempt by number 33, but then a good pass. And we have an injury sub right now, which gives us time to focus on the seeker release. I think someone unfortunately ran into Austria's number 11, which is Chrissy. And
I hope they're fine. Team Austria is shielding their player, and I think we will be waiting for the medics to come. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
I haven't seen the scene, but I think it was like some kind of collision. And yeah, we have the flag already on pitch. Austria has sent their seeker, which is number 12, Lauritz Brandl, or maybe they will swap. There is also Lawrence with the seeker headband equipped here. And for India, we again see the already famous number 4, which is Mann.
Number 10, which is Shefali. Ready?
Nothing.
I think Austrian players got it in the face in some way, I don't see. Luckily, we were mouth guards, so hopefully the force damage is contained. I hope they are going to recover easily and fast. They were subbed by number 99. I think soon we will be able to resume the game.
I understand where you're coming from.
Okay, as far as we can hear from Team India, their tactic will be to move the bludger only on the seeker, as expected.
As expected by us, but it is always so important that you are there in the very first second of the release, and that's also difficult to do as a beater, because game carries on all the time, and you are in one-on-one situations. You might try to defend against the last offense, and then there is this release situation, and it's really important to be there in the first second to start the bubble right.
Indeed.
Quite tricky. It always happens that you might be carried away or lose your ball right before it happens. And yeah.
To be fair, beaters are the unspoken heroes of quadball matches. They need to have eyes even behind their back, because so much stuff is happening on pitch at the same time, and they are really controlling the pace of the game.
Okay, and they are now trying to set up that move. So Anjit is just right there at the seeker release, waiting, and we have seeker release right now, and Lauritz is getting beaten right away, which opens an opportunity for number 10 seeker from India. It was not Manam now, but
in the meantime, India's
number 10 first.
Score another goal. Very intense game, beater games close to the snitch as we expected. Indian seeker, very fast. Try to approach the snitch, but he's defended by the bludgers that are flying everywhere. And he has a window,
Both teams
the
go
seeker
full
is
force on the seeker.
the
Flag is now pushed deep inside the Indian half, which is
Why
which
did they
is
count
great
the
for
3
Team
seconds?
India. You always want to have that, because that means your beaters have the shorter pass to run back.
Austria scored another goal in the meantime, while a long window for Team India.
Really long window now.
Attacking
The seeker is alone with the flag all the time, and he just had his hand around the hip already, so it's not looking good for Austria. You need to find a way to break that bubble right now. So Martin Bayer has retrieved the bludger from far away to open an opportunity, but Anchit is in control of the situation, and the Indian seeker is constantly pushing the flag into the Indian half. Now we see Manam getting her chance. So far the only one for Team India
is
who
keeping
caught
the bubble on.
as Nich Manam is sent back.
While
for
now
whatever
a window
reason,
for
and
Austria.
Now it's
A window
Lauritz
for- Ooh.
opportunities, but jumping too fast. So the flag runner is holding up well, even if the beater bubbles are not holding up so well. Now Lauritz with alone time on the flag, and Indian seekers trying to find a way to break the bubble.
Austria scored another goal in the meantime, and another window for Team Austria, which seemed to have caught a flag with a nice dive on the
was a
right
catch.
shoulder.
Many cheers, it was right in front of the Austrian fans.
That might be very great for the seeker to have such a first-class catch in front of their fans. That might looks great. We'll see if the catch is good, however, because of course we need to wait for the ref responses.
Yeah, and it was certainly a situation with a lunge and a jump, and then the arm went right around the hip, and there was certainly also contact involved.
Yeah, and
So
then the
that-
snitch fell.
And then the snitch fell.
But the catch was before the fall, so
The catch is good!
the catch is good.
good, and that's a big win for Austria. And for India, of course, it is
A bit of a
disappointment
disappointment.
because they were really close. They were good and they were super close, and that, of course, are the kind of games where you regret the defeat because it could have gone better.
But that means that Austria is officially in the top 8 world team, while India will stay between the 16th place and 9th place.
And I think this is already the most successful World Cup run for Team Austria.
Indeed,
which
I think it is.
comes quite as a surprise. As I told you earlier, there has been that kind of dispute situation in the Austrian team. But yeah, they have seemed to work that out very well and drew together over the last couple of days, and now managed to show competitive
Looking
strength.
forward for the next match from Team Austria, which will advance to the quarterfinal. And congrats also to Team India for such an intense and entertaining match.
And for you guys at home, please stay tuned, as I will now present you with an interview. We have made a fixture with Matthias Reitinger from Team India, who will join us at the camera in a second. So in any case, stay tuned and watch the celebration of Team Austria. I'll leave you here and fetch our guy for the interview.
Of course.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot for listening.
Commenting with me. I'll fetch the guy.
And in the meantime, I take the occasion to thank you for listening and following us. And stay tuned, because we are now showing the next match very soon, which is going to be, if I understood correctly, Team Netherlands against Catalonia. So stay tuned for the next match and for the interview, of course, before signing out. Now I'm going to say goodbye and thanking you again and leave you to the interview.